Diddy forced me into sexual parties with strangers, all under his supervision. He coerced me into taking hard drugs. I lost track of time and couldn't even remember how I got home. These chilling words, shared by Cassie Ventura in her lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs, unveil a harrowing series of allegations about her decade-long relationship with the music mogul. What left everyone in shock was the dark truth behind Diddy's infamous white parties. The events, celebrated for their exclusivity and Hollywood glamour, now face allegations of sexual abuse, bribery, arson, and even kidnapping. And the guest list? Jay-Z, Beyoncé, Usher, and 13 others, 16 high-profile black celebrities who were regular attendees, rarely missing an event. But they weren't just there for fun. The pristine white facade of these A-list Hollywood gatherings now appears tarnished by shadows of coercion, depravity, and industry-wide manipulation. What really happened behind those closed doors? The story hidden beneath the immaculate white attire of Diddy's parties is far darker than anyone imagined. Let's delve into what the 16 black celebrities frequently seen at Diddy's white parties were truly involved in. 1. Jay-Z. First up on this list is Jay-Z, the man who turns everything he touches to gold. With an estimated net worth of over $2.5 billion, Jay-Z is not just a great rapper, but also a powerful businessman. Since the release of his debut album, Reasonable Doubt, in 1996, he's built the Roc Nation empire, investing in fashion, champagne, and big-name brands. No one can deny Jay-Z's talent for turning artistic visions into cash. But what's really going on behind the scenes in his relationship with Sean Diddy Combs? Their relationship is more than just casual friends. Jay-Z is a frequent guest at Diddy's famous white party. These events, with their glitz and glam, are rumored to be secret playgrounds for music moguls like Jay-Z and Diddy to hatch ambitious plans. It's been suggested that they use these parties to negotiate secret deals, from controlling the contracts of rising artists to forging powerful alliances within the industry. Jay-Z's presence is said to help bolster Diddy's reputation, and in return, Diddy provides Jay-Z with seemingly unbeatable opportunities in the power circles. But it doesn't end there. Diddy allegedly used Jay-Z's fame to draw other influential figures into his dark schemes. The white parties are like secret meetings of the big shots, trying to control the future of the global music industry. After Diddy's arrest, Jay-Z wisely chose to stay silent. He didn't openly defend his friend, but instead, he hired legal teams to ensure he wasn't implicated in any wrongdoing. The rumors that he was involved in Diddy's activities were firmly denied, but the close past between the two keeps the public guessing. Are they just a power couple for convenience? 2. Beyoncé. Next up in Diddy's guest list is Beyoncé, the reigning queen of the entertainment industry. With unmatched vocal prowess and stellar performances, Beyoncé has built an empire since her Destiny's Child days. From solo albums like Dangerously in Love to Lemonade, she not only tops charts, but also sets the global music culture. Beyoncé and her husband Jay-Z have a combined net worth of over $2.5 billion, including music contracts, real estate investments, fashion, and her own fragrance line. Diddy and Beyoncé have often been at the center of these lavish white party gatherings. This isn't just a place for Beyoncé and Jay-Z to maintain their image as the power couple. It's also an opportunity for Diddy to leverage their influence to grab the spotlight. However, Beyoncé has often felt uncomfortable with Diddy's over-the-top party style, where things can sometimes go too far. Some of her close associates even suspect that Diddy deliberately creates a party environment to stir tension between Beyoncé and Jay-Z, especially when rumors of third-party scandals with Jay-Z frequently circulate. This is seen as a way for Diddy to control the powerful relationships around him. So Beyoncé has declined many invitations to these kinds of events. But the scheming doesn't stop there. Diddy was reportedly using Beyoncé's presence to bait the media, turning her into the center of attention without her consent. While Beyoncé prefers to maintain a low profile and focus on her art, Diddy takes every opportunity to promote himself and his close relationship with her, regardless of the damage it might do to her image. After Diddy's arrest, Beyoncé stayed silent but clear. Through her lawyers, she quickly dismissed any rumors about Diddy's wrongful activities. Beyoncé also subtly signaled that she will protect her own reputation at all costs, steering clear of any ties to her once close but now problematic friend. 3. Usher. When it comes to those who were used by Diddy, Usher, the R&B legend who stepped into the limelight, can't be ignored. Since the 1990s, Usher has established himself in the music industry with hits like Nice and Slow, You Got It Bad, and Yeah. He not only has a smooth voice, but is also an excellent dancer. With over 80 million album sales worldwide, Usher's net worth is estimated at $180 million, including music earnings, real estate, and business investments. But behind that glittering image, a darker story emerges from his early days living with Diddy in New York. Usher once lived with Diddy from the age of 14. This was a period when he was heavily influenced by Diddy. Usher has admitted that Diddy introduced him to a world of wild parties, heavy drinking, drugs, and older women. Diddy even allegedly dragged Usher into this lifestyle to teach him how to survive in the harsh world of the music industry. Diddy's lavish parties, especially the White Party, were not just where Usher built social connections, but also where he engaged in harmful activities. Diddy also used Usher's fame to be a fun tool. In the early years of his career, Usher often appeared as Diddy's face at various events. If you look closely, you'll see Diddy used Usher as a tactic to draw crowds, making him the center of attention at parties, even though it was damaging to Usher's image. In 2017, when the scandal related to his failure to disclose his illness broke out, many questioned whether the lifestyle Diddy had taught him contributed to creating such an irresponsible Usher. Diddy didn't stand by Usher during that time. And when Diddy got arrested, Usher remained completely silent. No statements, no comments. Usher is trying to create distance from Diddy, almost like distancing himself from a haunting past. But the fact that Usher has attended numerous wild parties could mean he might be subpoenaed as a witness in upcoming investigations. 4. Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige is probably the rare loyal guest in Diddy's list, but she's also wary of Diddy's bad reputation. Known as the Queen of Hip-Hop Soul and a music icon with over 3 decades of dedication, Mary's debut album, What's the 411, produced by Sean Diddy Combs, launched her journey from a young singer to a global icon. With over 100 million record sales and an estimated net worth of around $20 million, Mary is not just a singer or actress, but a pioneer shaping the music industry. Mary and Diddy started collaborating when she was just breaking into the industry. Diddy not only produced her music, but also shaped Mary's style, making her a fashion and music icon. But it didn't stop at a mere work relationship. Diddy controlled Mary's career to the point where he interfered in her personal and artistic decisions. These allegations were stirred up by Jaguar Wright, who claimed Mary got entangled in Diddy and Jay-Z's power game. This not only hurt her spirit, but also stifled her creative freedom. Diddy's white parties were places where Mary often appeared, but the purpose wasn't always just fun. Diddy used her presence to draw media attention. Despite her professional image, she tried hard to maintain. Financial stress, disputes of interest, and pressure to maintain her reputation often put their relationship on the brink of collapse. After Diddy's arrest, Mary chose silence, a move that surprised the public. She neither defended nor criticized Diddy, but an ambiguous post on her social media stirred speculation about a rift. She wrote a somewhat cryptic message, interpreted as, "The feds asked, and I told, I'm not going down with you guys." Her followers linked her post to recent events in Diddy's life, including domestic violence allegations and federal investigations. Some believe Mary is subtly hinting that she wants to distance herself from the troubles of his life because she's tired of the dark corners of their relationship, despite their long collaboration and deep professional ties. 5. Lil' Kim. Just like Mary J. Blige, Lil' Kim is a shining star in the music world. As a female rap icon, she's famous for her powerful voice and unmatched style. Bursting onto the scene in the 1990s, she quickly became a prominent figure in hip-hop and a key collaborator with Diddy on many major projects. With hits like Crush on You and Lady Marmalade, Lil' Kim cemented her place in the entertainment industry, amassing a fortune worth tens of millions of dollars. However, her life has been filled with scandals and controversies, from love triangles to her polarizing lifestyle. Lil' Kim's relationship with Sean Diddy Combs was far more complicated than it appeared to the public. Diddy was not just her collaborator, he also played a major role in shaping her image. From the early days at Bad Boy Records, he allegedly placed her in numerous projects, not only to help build her brand, but to use her star power to elevate the label. Diddy encouraged Lil' Kim to attend extravagant events like the White Party, where she often showed up in bold outfits designed to grab the media's attention. These parties weren't just gatherings of the elite, but also served as a cover for out-of-control behavior. It's rumored that Lil' Kim not only participated in, but also hosted secret parties after the main event. Confidential sources even revealed that Diddy used her loyalty to protect his personal reputation and cover up activities that were widely condemned. So, when Diddy got arrested, Lil' Kim found herself in a tough spot. Her long-standing relationship with him dragged her into the spotlight of criticism. She kept quiet, but the media kept digging, questioning whether she knew more than she had let on. It was even speculated that she had attended events linked to Diddy's alleged freak-offs. In this context, Lil' Kim struggled to balance her loyalty with her need to protect her image. 6. Chris Brown. Another guest Diddy was known to favor was Chris Brown, one of the biggest R&B stars with unforgettable music and dance moves. With millions of albums sold and an estimated fortune of tens of millions of dollars, he was once a shining symbol in entertainment. But everything changed in 2009. The abuse incident with his then-girlfriend Rihanna destroyed his image. Her battered face was splashed across tabloids, turning Chris from a beloved star into a pariah. In the midst of the backlash, Sean Diddy Combs stepped in as the peacemaker. But behind his seemingly humanitarian gesture, Diddy was actually using the scandal to his advantage. His lavish White Party events, once the focal point of the elite, became the place where Chris Brown was invited to re-enter society. But it wasn't just about rebuilding his reputation. On one occasion, Diddy allegedly invited both Rihanna and Chris to the same event to create drama, turning his party into the media's main focus. Chris Brown's bad boy image didn't just happen by chance. Diddy encouraged him to keep up this persona, not only to attract attention, but to keep him within his social network. Every Diddy party became a stage for bold moves and controversy, and Chris wasn't just a guest, he was the media magnet, a pawn Diddy used to keep his events in the headlines. When Diddy got arrested, Chris chose to remain silent, but the public wasn't buying it. Many criticized him for hiding out, avoiding being dragged into the investigation of Diddy's parties. Under the public's scrutinizing gaze, his silence wasn't just suspicious, it raised questions about the secrets behind their relationship. 7. Nick Cannon. Diddy certainly knows how to choose guests who will benefit him, and Nick Cannon is a prime example. Cannon, a constantly evolving figure, is a rapper, actor, and top Hollywood host. With a career spanning more than 2 decades, he's built a massive media empire, including hosting the famous America's Got Talent and creating the reality show Wild 'N Out. With a net worth of over $20 million, his personal life and relationships in the entertainment industry have often been controversial. Nick Cannon and Diddy have long had a complicated relationship. Starting at just 16 or 17, Cannon was seen at Diddy's lavish parties. Diddy wasn't just a colleague in the entertainment industry, he was also a mentor, guiding Cannon into the dazzling yet shadowy world of Hollywood. Diddy's legendary white parties, known for their opulence and mystery, were said to be where Cannon built his network, but also unintentionally witnessed many of the industry's dark secrets. Cannon was reportedly pressured to attend parties that crossed moral lines, where Diddy was accused of manipulating young Hollywood stars, using them as tools to solidify his empire. Cannon was said to have reacted negatively to how Diddy organized these events, but instead of walking away, he kept attending to maintain his position in the powerful circles. After Diddy's arrest, Cannon immediately took to podcasts to defend himself, claiming he only attended for professional reasons and had no involvement in any wrongdoing. However, this explanation was met with strong criticism. The public believed Cannon was covering up a deeper connection, even suggesting he might be complicit in the infamous freak-offs, where the line between partying and misconduct was completely blurred. 8. Alicia Keys. Next, we meet a star with a legendary voice and a genius for songwriting, Alicia Keys. With over 65 million albums sold worldwide, 15 Grammy Awards, and a career spanning over 2 decades, she is not only a music icon, but also a powerful force in philanthropy and social movements. With an estimated net worth of $150 million, Alicia is one of the wealthiest artists globally. But behind her glittering image, her life is tangled in controversies and complicated relationships. Though Diddy and Alicia Keys were seen as having a seemingly innocent relationship, there were darker undertones. Alicia, known for her private lifestyle, frequently attended Diddy's white parties, where rumors of excess and boundary-pushing behavior spread. Several sources claimed that Diddy set Alicia up, using her fame to draw the media's attention, turning these parties into media spectacles. Alicia was reportedly reluctant to attend, but felt compelled due to music or charity collaborations with Diddy. Her presence created a sharp contrast, a symbol of elegance amidst what was considered chaotic partying. The tension even reached Alicia's family. Her husband, music producer Swizz Beatz, reportedly had multiple arguments with Alicia over her attendance at these events. Rumors circulated that Swizz disapproved of how Diddy organized the parties, believing they didn't align with Alicia's image. Alicia herself seemed to agree with her husband, as after Diddy's arrest, she chose to remain completely silent, attempting to distance herself from the scandal and protect her reputation. 9. Pharrell Williams. Unlike Alicia Keys, who kept attending the white parties, Pharrell Williams distanced himself from the mess early on. Pharrell, a creative genius with a successful career in both music and fashion, has left an indelible mark on the global stage. As the producer behind numerous major hits and the founder of the fashion brand Billionaire Boys Club, Pharrell's name transcends music. With an estimated net worth of $250 million, he's also a pioneer in building his personal brand. However, his connection with Diddy started off on a sour note. Pharrell and Diddy were once a powerful duo in the entertainment industry, collaborating on everything from music to fashion. Pharrell frequently appeared at Diddy's lavish white parties, creating the impression that it was part of his strategy to expand his network. However, Pharrell wasn't entirely comfortable in that environment. Diddy reportedly took advantage of Pharrell's music production skills, using him as a tool to promote Bad Boy Records during a downturn. Their fashion collaboration wasn't smooth either, with Diddy accused of exploiting Pharrell's creativity to build his opulent brand without giving proper credit. In recent years, Pharrell has deliberately distanced himself from Diddy, refusing to attend many events and avoiding any association with the controversial parties. After Diddy's arrest, Pharrell stayed completely silent, not commenting or defending him. His neutrality suggests that Pharrell is actively trying to separate himself from the scandal, protecting his clean image. Perhaps his involvement in past activities with Diddy wasn't as deep as it seemed, or else he wouldn't have been able to quietly step away so easily. 10. Rihanna. Unlike Pharrell Williams, Rihanna eagerly participated in Diddy's white parties to showcase her personal style. Rihanna, the queen of music and fashion, built her own empire with an illustrious career spanning from singer to entrepreneur. She owns the billion-dollar Fenty brand, becoming a global icon of style and power. Hits like Umbrella and Diamonds propelled her beyond the music industry, expanding her influence into fashion. But behind the glamour, Rihanna has also faced her fair share of controversies, and her relationship with Diddy has been one of the most talked about. Rihanna isn't just a queen on stage, she's also a true bad girl, always knowing how to shock and maintain that image. Her appearances at Diddy's extravagant parties, with a joint or a drink in hand, sparked plenty of conversation. She became a role model for those who embraced rebellion and indulgence. Naturally, Diddy couldn't resist Rihanna's magnetic pull. He invited her to his events, hoping her presence would draw attention and help her maintain her top spot in the entertainment industry. But their relationship wasn't all glitz and glamour. Diddy actually encouraged Rihanna to attend the parties, aiming to make her a part of the bad girl brand he was building. Her image at these parties not only kept her in the public's eye, but also boosted the allure of the events Diddy hosted, even if they were marred by scandals and bad press. When Diddy was arrested, Rihanna stayed completely silent. There was no statement, no defense. It was simple. Their relationship was based purely on mutual benefit. Everyone understood that she didn't want to risk her Fenty brand and business relationships being tainted by Diddy's scandal. 11. Kanye West. When talking about the most controversial guests at Diddy's white parties, Kanye West undoubtedly tops the list. One of the most controversial figures in the entertainment industry, Kanye has left a significant mark with his innovative music and hugely successful fashion empire. But no one can deny that Kanye's image is tied to his shocking statements and actions, from claiming slavery was a choice to praising Adolf Hitler. These comments not only led to boycotts, but also strained his relationships within the industry. And so, as part of his notorious life, Kanye was always a fixture at Diddy's lavish parties. But he didn't attend just to socialize or collaborate. Kanye showed up with an agenda, using these opportunities to attack industry rivals, especially Diddy and Jay-Z. These parties, like many other high-profile gatherings, were a playground for Kanye to stir up public opinion, exploit conflicts, and even create media buzz. Diddy wasn't exempt from Kanye's sharp tongue. Rumors circulated that Kanye used these parties to prove he didn't deify figures like Diddy, calling out the industry's lingering hypocrisy. When Diddy got arrested, Kanye said nothing, perhaps even secretly relieved. He kept silent on Diddy, but used the scandal to criticize everything Hollywood stood for. For Kanye, this scandal was merely an opportunity to highlight the fakeness in the industry and reinforce his personal brand. He didn't defend Diddy or condemn him. Kanye was more focused on making himself the center of attention, even as everything around him fell apart. 12. Snoop Dogg. Another star with a controversial lifestyle often spotted at Diddy's white parties is Snoop Dogg, a legendary figure in rap and hip-hop culture who built a massive music empire. With iconic albums like Doggy Style and a career spanning decades, he's not only a veteran rapper, but also a symbol of a generation. Snoop Dogg's estimated net worth reaches into the hundreds of millions of dollars, reflecting his vast influence in the music and cultural industries. Particularly famous for his free-spirited lifestyle and close association with marijuana, which he has turned into his personal brand. At Diddy's lavish parties, Snoop Dogg was always a fixture. Not because he lacked friends, but because each time he entered these white parties, Snoop garnered attention in a unique way. For him, it wasn't just about having fun. It was an opportunity to promote his free lifestyle. The image of Snoop, with a joint in hand, became a symbol at these parties, where everyone lived life their own way, disregarding societal norms. But of course, Snoop wasn't there just to chill. He was also there to build influence and maintain relationships with major industry players. Diddy, with his magnetic charm, was an ideal partner to help Snoop strengthen his image as a rule breaker. However, since their relationship was purely based on mutual benefit, when Diddy was arrested, Snoop Dogg stayed quiet. He strategically kept his distance, understanding that getting involved in the scandal could harm his business relationships. Everyone knew Snoop didn't want his reputation to be tainted, especially in the entertainment industry where drama is always lurking. Snoop chose to keep his distance, neither defending nor criticizing Diddy, preserving his image as an artist who walks his own path, regardless of the surrounding chaos. 13. Ludacris. Like Snoop Dogg, Ludacris is another major name in rap who's made a mark with hit songs and his role in the Fast and Furious film series. He's not just a rapper, but has also built his own empire in film, becoming a household name to millions. With a fortune in the millions of dollars, Ludacris continues to maintain his strong presence and influence in the entertainment industry. Behind all this success, however, are tense relationships, particularly with Sean "Diddy" Combs. Diddy's name is an integral part of many big music events, and Ludacris is no exception. He frequently appeared at Diddy's grand parties, where the biggest stars gathered. But behind the glitz, there are rumors that Ludacris felt sidelined. Diddy always gave special attention to the bigger names in the industry, leaving Ludacris on the periphery. While he participated in some music projects funded by Diddy, this favoritism wasn't enough to soothe the feeling of being overlooked in an industry full of competition. Diddy's parties often seemed like a playground for the major stars, and despite Ludacris's name recognition, he was never the focal point. There were even reports of a heated argument between Ludacris and Diddy at an event over power dynamics within the industry, highlighting the tension between them. When Diddy was arrested, Ludacris didn't care. He didn't publicly comment on the incident, nor did he join the debate. He made the wise choice to protect his own image, maintaining his privacy and focusing on his own projects. After all, it was Diddy, not Ludacris, who had neglected their relationship first. So while Diddy was in turmoil, Ludacris silently continued on his own path. 14. Nelly. Next, we have a very familiar guest, Nelly, one of the most famous rappers of the 2000s, who made waves with hits like Hot and Harry and Ride With Me. He quickly became an icon in the hip-hop scene and amassed a massive fortune from his stellar music career and various business ventures. With undeniable fame, Nelly is not only a music star, but also a highly sought-after commercial face, always making appearances at major events. Nelly has attended Sean "Diddy" Combs' lavish white parties more than a few times. At first, he attended these parties to maintain his image in the industry, and also because of his strong connection with Diddy, who had always been a reliable friend and partner. However, there are lesser-known stories, some dark schemes, where Diddy was allegedly trying to take control of Nelly's image. Diddy, always the driving force behind every music project, didn't hesitate to push Nelly into risky ventures. One example was when Diddy pressured Nelly to join a financial project that was doomed to fail, creating tension and eventually causing a rift between them. With their strained relationship, it's no surprise that when Diddy got arrested, Nelly chose to remain silent. He didn't want to get caught up in unnecessary drama. Instead of defending or criticizing, Nelly kept his distance, focusing on his personal projects and avoiding any controversy. This cautious approach reflects his character, someone who's always careful to maintain his image and work meticulously in a treacherous industry. 15. T.I. Similar to the strained relationship between Diddy and Nelly, T.I.'s connection with Diddy was also far from smooth. T.I., a name you can't ignore in music and business, has built a strong empire in both music and investments. With hits like Whatever You Like, he earned a firm spot in hip-hop, and his business ventures are just as impressive. However, like many other stars, T.I. also has his share of complicated relationships and secrets that haven't been revealed. T.I. and Diddy, although they appeared close on the surface, actually harbored underlying tension. Despite their public camaraderie through music projects and events, the tension between them surfaced several times at Diddy's white parties. There's a story of one party where T.I. and Diddy had a confrontation over Diddy's disrespectful behavior, as he made decisions affecting T.I. without consulting him. But that's not all. One of the most shocking stories involved Diddy, using his power in music and showbiz, trying to control T.I.'s charitable activities. The story goes that Diddy, positioning himself as a leader in the artist community, approached T.I. with offers of collaboration on music and charity projects. But no one expected Diddy to take things further. He tried to manipulate T.I.'s charity work, not to help the community, but to use those projects as tools for his own promotional gain. T.I. felt manipulated, and their relationship was never the same. T.I., who has always been vocal about justice and social issues, chose to remain silent when Diddy was arrested. Instead of speaking out, he kept a low profile, focusing on his personal and family projects, staying away from the drama and controversy. This move showed that T.I. wanted to avoid being pulled into the power struggles and had grown weary of his close ties with Diddy. 16. 50 Cent. Last but certainly not least on Diddy's guest list is 50 Cent, a name forever linked with controversy and shockwaves in the entertainment industry. From rapper to actor to businessman, he built his own empire, with an estimated net worth in the hundreds of millions. But behind all the glitz, few know the messy legal battles he's been involved in, including accusations of filing bankruptcy just to avoid paying settlements. One of the most shocking incidents was when he was ordered to pay $7 million for leaking a private video of his rival's girlfriend. The relationship between 50 Cent and Diddy was just as complicated as 50's own scandals. Despite publicly criticizing Diddy for his over-the-top and tacky party style, 50 Cent couldn't resist the allure of Diddy's events. Diddy's white parties, which brought together the biggest names in the industry, were always an opportunity for 50 Cent to maintain his presence and network with powerful people in the business. However, it was at these lavish parties that the tension between the two became more apparent. Diddy was seen flaunting his wealth, while 50 Cent often hinted that this style was too flashy and lacked class. Despite this, 50 continued to attend, building relationships in a more discreet manner, though his dissatisfaction was undeniable. When Diddy was arrested, 50 Cent reacted very differently from his peers. Instead of staying quiet, he took to social media to mock and make sarcastic comments, even using the event to grab attention from his followers. He didn't directly condemn or support Diddy, but cleverly used the situation to take jabs, drawing the public's eye and emphasizing his bold, no-holds-barred personality. As you can see, Diddy's white parties were not just ordinary parties. They were extravagant gatherings where the biggest stars in entertainment donned their white outfits to prove their status. Behind all the glamour, there were hidden motives that not everyone was brave enough to openly acknowledge. Diddy, the ultimate player, connected powerful figures and built his personal image as a symbol of wealth and undeniable power. But behind the scenes, not every guest was eager to participate. They were simply reluctant players in a game Diddy created, because the entertainment industry was his domain, and he maintained control for years.